Hi, this is Mark at Skywagon University, and we do these videos on different planes and talk about their, what the production runs of them and what they're like and their performance, and depending on what I get in is the videos we can do. So today we're going to do a video on this Citabria, and I say that with a smirk on my face because it's not just a Citabria. It is a longest name in general aviation. It's a American champion 7 GCBC High Country Explorer Scout. So imagine saying that on the radio when they say type aircraft. So I would just say Citabria, or an American champion Scout. But this is the latest version of that whole Champ Citabria Decathlon series. It's a 7 GCBC, but it's a 2014 and it's got 229 hours on it since factory new. So I just wanted to show you, we've done some Citabrias. I just wanted to show you this plane because this is what they can be like. This is, to me, it's a perfect version of itself. So let's have a quick look around it and have a go over some details, and then we'll fly it around. So if you're used to Citabrias, you're going to be very familiar with this. And remember, Citabria, it's not an Italian manufacturer, it's Airbatic, spelt backwards. A-I-R-B-A-T-I-C, backwards is C-I-T-I-B-R-I-A. So the Citabrias of old, 70s, had 150 horse engines in. This has 180 horsepower, 360 Lycoming. So 2,000 hours. And remember, I say it in all the videos, O is opposed, 360 is the cubic inches, and it's a carbureted 180 horsepower Lycoming with a fixed pitch propeller on it. So this would be, a Scout is probably, it's the Super Cub champion. Not champion, it's the Super Cub competition. It's the American champion's version of a Super Cub. Spring steel gear legs, not a cross brace of bungees like some of the older planes. It's got cowling louvers in the later model like this. Remember, it's 2014. A cowl flap it's open or closed. You can't operate it from inside. You set it according to where you live. Today, this is November in California, by the way, and it's warm. It's nice. Fixed pitch propeller, bracket air filter, LED, just modern appointment on it. So we'll walk around the other side, look at the wings, and then we'll go in the cockpit. So construction is fiberglass cowling, metal boot cowl, so the area in front of the door metal, struts metal, wings fabric. So fabric, all the control surfaces fabric. The flaps are, the ailerons are, the fuselage is, baggage doors metal. All this is all fabric, the whole tail, everything. So it's very traditional, the way a Citabria would be. It's got spades, because remember it's aerobatic. So what that does is, when you put in an aileron input, the air hits here and helps it, so it gives you a lighter feel. It's got that on both sides. Double struts, metal, and a tubular steel frame inside. And you can see the tubes around the tubes, what I say tubes. You can see the tubes in the windshield area, in the windows here. This is all through the plane. If you're not familiar with the way these are made, there's a metal tube there, and there's cross tubes inside it. The metal leading edges, metal around the edges, and then fabric stretched over it. So that's the construction of a tube and fabric plane, like a Super Cub, this, Huskies, a lot of different planes like this. Fuel, it's got about 36 gallons in 2 tanks, and it's just on and off. We'll look at that in the cockpit. There is no left or right. So the earlier Citabrias didn't have baggage doors, so there's 2 locks, and you've got a little baggage area in the back, and that makes it very useful because otherwise you're reaching over the back seat. So let's go inside and I'll show you how the flaps work. In fact, from there we'll put them down and see what they do. So right, the left side window, it opens up against the wing and it stays there, and you can fly it open. And then I'm just going to reach in so it's a better view. The flap handle is like little, this is how much flaps it's got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So very effective flaps. No need to side slip it like on an ACA. And then as we go in, look at the appointment in this thing for being such a late model plane. I mean, it's 8 years old. Leather seats, an ejectable door. The reason you want the door to be ejectable is if you get into an aerobatic maneuver and bits come off, you want to be able to get out. So you pull that ring and the door's gone, and then you have to pile out. But look at this panel. We'll just turn it on. Master, radios. Color moving map GPS. An Aspen EFIS Evolution with HSI in it. All modern gyros, digital instruments, oil pressure, oil temperature, tack, fuel flow, and then good old conventional altimeter and airspeed. Over there, a comm and a transponder, intercom. This is a digital G meter. It's showing 1 because we're doing 1G right now because we're on Earth. So there's the HSI, there's the artificial horizon, there's the flight bars, turn and bank, and then this up here, we'll see it when we're flying it. This is an angle of attack indicator that's been added to it, and it shows lights, red, 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 yellow, 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 green, 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 and as you get closer to red, you're closer to the stall. So we'll see that more when we're flying it. So, headset in the way. So since we're in here, rudder pedals. Some of the older ones had heel brakes, and you can convert them, and I've seen them both ways. I personally prefer toe brakes. This has toe brakes, and you'd think, oh good, it's got no heel brakes. However, when they're this new and this low time, this plane actually taxis around on the ground like a nose wheel plane. You put in rudder and steer the tail wheel, and it steers. So it's not like you need the brakes unless you're, bush flying it or off airport or doing something drastic. But it's actually very, very tame, and if this is what they're all supposed to be like, the older ones need some work because this is incredible handling on the ground. But toe brakes are great. And then the usual push to torque on the end of the stick, and there's 2 of them. One there, push to torque on there, harnesses. And in these planes, the fuel gauges are in the wing roots. So you've got a little sight gauge up here that's literally measuring the actual fuel in the tank through the side of the tank. So it's very accurate. So enough of the banter. Let's take it up for a quick flight around and see what it's like.
746, about 2 to the northeast. Proceeding southeast of the airport to enter a extended left downwind, or left 45 for left downwind runway 13 Lucy County.
EFIS on. Map. Window open. So with no brakes, look how steerable it is. That's just the tail wheel. Wish they were all like that. So for anybody who hasn't seen these videos before, this road is not a road, it's access to the taxiways at the eastern end of Placerville Airport, and I photograph things down here, so we're just taxiing up this little access road. It's idling and it's pulling itself up this hill. Now use a notch your flaps, or close this window. You can fly with it open, there's a speed limit. And the speed limit is 90 miles an hour. And it cruises at 110 knots. Okay. So the run up. Controls. Full and free. Instruments. We've got oil temperature. We've got oil pressure. Got sufficient fuel. We have sufficient. Both sides is on half tanks. Attitude is set for takeoff. The trim is literally forward backward. I'll show you that here. Trim here. Nose up, nose down. Very, very sensitive. And then the run up. Stick back. RPM to 1700. Mags, left, 2, nice thing about a tail dragger is you can check final just by pressing a little bit of brake. Placerville, Citabria Scout 495 Golf, departing runway 23, Placerville, local flight. Goes. Homesick Angel. See the angle of attack indicator? It's in the yellow, so it's way out of the red, which is when it's getting too slow. So 2400 right here. Cool crosswind. Placerville, Citabria 495 Golf is on left crosswind 23 Placerville. This is the kind of plane that you could literally just go up, buzz around in, have fun in, and just float for the hell of it in the air, looking at things. You could even go to the high country and explore it. In fact, when I brought it over from Minden, where it lived in Nevada in a climate-controlled hangar, I was over the high country exploring, and I thought, what an apt name for it to be a high country explorer on a perfect day like this. Nimble in the air. It makes you just want to rack it around. It isn't mine, so I'm not going to. Base for 2-3 at Placerville. So I've slowed it well into the range of the flaps. Put in 2 of the 5. Full. With full flaps I can feel the elevator because it's being buffeted by the airflow coming over it. Feet off the brakes. There we are, a wheel landing. So, Captain Morgan, tail dragger. So we survived that. Brilliant, excellent. Sorry about that, always happens. So yeah, this is Mark at Skywagon University. We do these videos, there's a lot of them now, there's like 160 of them about different planes. Whatever we get in, we try and talk about it, and if we're allowed to fly it, we can fly it, and we go over models, years, types, and if you're interested in different kinds of planes, look down the endless list of 160 videos, and you may see the kind of plane you're interested in, and I talk about that in detail. But for now, that's not staged. For now, thanks for watching, and subscribe on the little link down below, and there's a bell for notifications, and there'll be a lot more of these coming. Thanks very much.